After a brief introduction about the beard, today I'm going to tell you about a badly done beard hair transplant and how we set upon to repair it. Fashions come and fashions go, but as far as the beard is concerned, in 2023 at least, it's here to stay. For many men, growing a beard is like growing a six-pack. If you don't grow it, you won't know it. So today we're going to discuss about the beard. Can everyone get a beard hair transplant done? Can the dark brown skin of some Indians allow beard hair transplant? Can a person who has had a beard hair transplant shave later on in life if he so chooses it? Are beard hair transplants safe, aesthetic and scarless? So this is what we are going to discuss, so hang on. Shakespeare, who himself sported a beard, once said, "He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man." And he goes on to say that he that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him. And so many other writers, poets have eulogized the beard, and there are many who have been cynical, critical of a beard. So those who like the beard and those who hate it, despise it, are equally divided. A beard hair transplant for people who are from races or from religious denominations who sport a beard, like Muslims, like Jews, like Sikhs, a great premium is attached to having a beard. And these are the three safest communities in which you can do a beard hair transplant and there is no regret, because the patient is most likely not going to shave his beard through the rest of his life. So this is a young male who underwent a beard hair transplant at a clinic in India. Initially everything was fine, he was okay with the surgery, but when the hair grew, there was a lot of cobblestoning. The hair were standing on end, they were misdirected, malaligned, and there were a lot of 2s and 3s in the grafts which were planted in the beard area, both the cheeks, the chin and the moustache. So this was very devastating to the patient. It is so sad that a patient who was in his prime of youth, preparing for a career, lands up with a bad hair transplant for the beard. A bad hair transplant on the scalp can still be concealed. You can wear a cap, you can wear a wig, but what do you do about the cheeks? This compounds the problem. Any surgery going wrong on the face is a big disaster. He got his laser done, but the laser could not remove the cobblestoning. In Indian dark skin, if you do dermaplaning, if you do dermabrasion, there's a half a chance that it can lead to hyperpigmentation. This will be another disaster. So the only course of action left for us was to individually excise the grafts and place them back after dividing it under the microscope, place single grafts back into areas where there was residual scarring. So we proceeded to do the repair work. Both the cheeks, the grafts which are tented, the tented grafts, the cobblestone grafts were removed, divided into singles and replaced back. Similarly, this was done for the moustache, the chin and the sideburn.
कल हमने डिस्कस किया था कि ये वाले एरिया में से हमें ग्राफ्ट्स निकालने हैं, है ना? और ये वाले में से कुछ जो बाहर को निकले हुए हैं, ठीक है, उन्हीं को इसी में डाल देना है हमने, सेम प्लेस। हमने कहीं और पहले फैलाना नहीं है, दाढ़ी को बढ़ा नहीं रहे हम। उसके अलावा जो हमने लास्ट टाइम रिवाइज की थी है, कुछ और हैं जो रहते हैं, उनको हम लोग निकाल के सिंगल्स करके फिर से वहीं पे प्लांट कर देंगे, ठीक है। एंड थर्ड वी हैव टू फिल इन अ फ्यू ग्राफ्ट्स, 25 यहाँ पे 25 यहाँ, यही है ना बस। फिर क्या करना है?
मतलब हाँ, यहाँ पे ये वाला पार्ट में कुछ मल्टीपल ग्राफ्ट्स है, हाँ, उसको अगर सिंगल करके थोड़ा कुछ बस
अच्छा, इनको निकाल के यहाँ पे डाल दें। सेम थिंग हमने यहाँ पे आपके ऐड करने हैं ग्राफ्ट्स, इनमें से डबल ट्रिपल निकाल के उसी में डाल देने हैं, ठीक है, सिंगल्स डाल देने हैं, इसमें कुछ देन वी हैव टू पुट ग्राफ्ट्स है 25 यहाँ से मल्टीपल्स निकाल के जो डबल्स है वो इधर लगा देंगे, ठीक है।
problem is compounded in Indians, South Asian racial group, and people from the African continent, African Americans. The more oily the skin, the more dark it is, the more chances of hypertrophic scarring, the more chances of pale scar formation. And if they choose later in life to shave off their beard, there is a high chance that they will not get a smooth shave. The cheeks will not look smooth, especially when they are standing under a light, and also when they rub their hands on their cheeks. So these are the red flag signs in which a beard hair transplant may be done, but with utmost caution, after counseling the patient, after telling him the drawbacks of a beard hair transplant in his racial group. Because once you tell the patient, he is less likely to be critical of the surgical procedure, though this is not always true. So there are three types of people whom I think should not have a hair transplant for the beard. Number one is men who are in the 18 to 25 years age group, because in this age group, fickleness of mind, not being certain what you really want, is very common. A person at 18 might want a beard, but by the time he's 22, he might want to shave it off. And if a beard hair transplant is not done properly, he's going to repent it for the rest of his life, and that is not good for him and not good for the clinic either. The second group of patients, as I already told you, is South Asian skin types, brown skin types, and dark skin types who are the African races, African Americans. People who have higher incidence of hypertrophic scarring, and because of the dark skin, pale scar, if it forms, will appear as tiny dots, which will not be aesthetically appropriate. And lastly, anybody in any racial group who has a history of hypertrophic scarring should not get a beard hair transplant done. So the moral of this video is that one wrong hair transplant will take almost 3 to 4 years for you to revise it and get back to some semblance of normality. Any revision case will not set the clock back. You will never have the same skin, the same smooth skin, the same scarless skin that you had before you set out on the journey of beard hair transplant. So this is a word of caution. The beard hair transplant is a facial procedure. Facial procedures should have 0% margin of error. It is not that any person can do a beard hair transplant. A beard hair transplant in South Asian skin, that is dark brown skin, in African skin, can be attempted, but with due caution. The best process that I recommend is to do a test grafting. Do a test grafting for about 10 hair, and after 6 months you will realize how the beard is going to grow, whether the patient likes this form of beard. The patient can grow it a little longer and see if this is the texture of hair, if this is the direction of hair that he likes. He can shave it and see if the skin after shaving remains smooth. So these were some points, some tips to keep in mind before planning a hair transplant, especially if you are a young male, especially if you have dark brown or dark skin, and also if you have a history of hypertrophic scarring. I will not recommend a beard in those who are not yet certain whether their fixation for sporting a beard is going to be long lasting, or is just a fleeting moment, a fashion they might grow out of. Well, a visit to a hair transplant surgeon is not like a visit to a hairdresser in a salon. The work done in a salon is reversible. In your next haircut, you can reverse it. Whereas a beard hair transplant is irreversible. Surgical scars, if visible, can never be set back to the virgin condition, the smooth condition of the cheek skin. So those are a few words of advice. You can take them while you research your hair transplant for beard. So thank you for watching again. If you have any question about hair transplant, about beard hair transplant, let me know and I'll be happy to answer. Have a nice day and God bless you.